Egg, sausage, and cheese in a brat. Yes, please. These ones turned out amazing. Look at that. It's like an omelet in a brat. In every good egg brat, there's always a little bit of sausage. Always. In every single one of them, because we're the first ones to ever do it. So yeah, we're making up rules. Jimmy Dean hot sausage going into the pan where we chop the veggies. Tasty meat poop. And while that meat is simmering on the stove, we're gonna start chopping up the veggies. Chop up the garlic and you're gonna throw that in, and then you're gonna make your house smell real nice. People are gonna walk in and go, "Oh, Jesse, what are you cooking?" And you're gonna go, "Just garlic and sausage, babe." What? Let's get this garlic into the pan. Our sausage guts are all done, so time to cool this stuff down, otherwise your cheese might melt or your eggs might overcook, or I don't know, bad might just happen. So take your pan, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna throw it in the freezer real quick and we're gonna let it cool down. Next up, I have all these boiled eggs here, and we need to chop these things up so that they can get into the sausage press. So most people just like to chop these things up with a knife. Personally though, I just go like this. Just squeeze the shit out of it. You know what I mean? So that's how I like to do them, but if you're like a regular, responsible human being that's not a freak, then I'll show you how to do it that way too. Yeah, that's so boring. Who would want to cut an egg like that when you can just squeeze them out of your hands? And bonus tip, this is the perfect job for a young kid to do. Give them some eggs and say, "Now squeeze them to death in their bowl. Watch the life leave them." And don't forget to degrease your sausage. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Normally I would say just rinse it off like a normal human being, but I need to get rid of all this paper towel shit. I don't know what this is. My workers started buying this stuff. I'm not a fan. And you know we're not skimping out on the cheese because I'm a big cheese fan myself. And it's delicious. The Mexican blend is my favorite. I don't know why. Maybe because it's like colorful, like white and, you know, yellow and stuff. Let's dump it in. And you always need to test your cheese before you use it in anything. Always. We're good. That's some good cheese. Now I know what you're thinking. This could be a meal in itself already. And what I say to that is, what if you put an egg on it? So the reason I'm cracking eggs on it is because we want it to kind of build a paste, kind of form together and meld together like a normal brat would with raw meat. So I'm thinking, you know, cooked eggs, sausage, peppers, onions, cheese, a few raw eggs in there is gonna kind of bind this thing together. Make a beautiful sausage. And you know you always gotta have that S&P. always. Yeah, really get into it. I'm gonna mash all this together now and make a consistency that I think is sausage-like, which I don't really know is this has never really been done, I don't think, as far as I know. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it and mash this together and see what we come up with. Let's get into it. Don't you tell me this doesn't look good now, because it does. So once that stuff starts to feel like ground beef, which it does, like feels almost like an 80-20 ground beef, that's when you know it's about ready to throw into the sausage press. It just kind of bundles together like ground beef would, or ground sausage. And that's about where we're at. Like if I wanted to pat some patties right now, I could. Which means it's time to throw it into the sausage press and crank it into our casings. No way. Just that, are we doing the full rope?
Oh, we can twist it after. If you want.
Okay.
Don't let it pop.
Yo, are you kidding me? Look at those. That's like an omelet in a tube right there. That's crazy looking. That's like it's like an omelet in a tube. It's like an omelet brat. You can see all the peppers and all the eggs in there and the cheese, and they're a little bit softer, much more weirder consistency than a normal sausage is, but I think these are gonna be delicious, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of impressed right now. I was definitely expecting like a goopy, gloppy, like disgusting, weird egg brat. This might be the next big thing. Next, we need to either cook these on the grill or cook them on the stove. Tonight, it's gonna be easier for me just to pan sear these things with a little bit of butter. But I think you could grill these. I think you could put them on a smoker and let the casing shrink down a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with this, and I don't know, it's like, my brain is buzzing right now because I'm thinking of all the possibilities, so. Oh, no. Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crikey. You ever have a big bad day at work and you go and eat a lot of Taco Bell? When you get home, man, it just comes right out of you, you know? You can't help it. I can't help it. Oh, you sit down and it just squeezes out of you. You know, you can barely make it to the pan. Like, oh, where's it gonna happen next?
It's just like Alien. You think that one's good, and you're like, okay, it's one of the good ones, and you bring it in the operating room, and he goes, oh, shit. Well, we had a couple blowouts. As soon as we got these things in the pan, we'd wait about 5 minutes. I go, oh no, trimmer! They just got warm and they started exploding. And I think that's because the eggs were cooked already. We had a lot of cheese in there, and not enough liquid to solidify. Like, you think of raw sausage, right? It's pasty and it's nasty because it's all that raw fat. And when it cooks, it solidifies and it shrinks up into a sausage. I think the concept kind of follows into this, and we need to do raw eggs with sausage and cheese. Maybe potatoes in there, chop up some potatoes, do it like a bacon, egg, and cheese hash brown brat. Either way, the eggs probably need to be raw. That way they cook when they go into the skillet and they kind of bind everything together rather than being these mashed up boiled eggs with my hands. But if I'm being completely honest, these still taste amazing. I'm gonna cut one open for you right now. I mean, it's pretty much like an egg bite at Starbucks. It's an omelet in a casing. And delicious. I think there's something here. We have something going on here. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get the formula right. But this is new territory, and I like it. But stay tuned, because this is just phase 1 of the egg brat.